Greetings, welcome to Mass Effect 2 Legendary Edition. Last episode, we finished the Justicar mission, at the end of which we managed to recruit Samara. Then we came back to the Normandy, we did our usual tour around the ship, talking to our companions, and I actually forgot to talk to Samara. I don't know what happened. I basically came into the room and then Edie, Shepard, and I started rambling about the window being a structural weakness, and then I just kind of left without talking to Samara. In my defense, it was pretty late when I was recording and I was kind of tired. I guess I just kind of saw Samara sitting there meditating, and subconsciously I didn't want to disturb. But anyway, we're here now. So let's go ahead and see what she has to say about all of this.
Shepard.
Still doing the weird things with her eyes. So do you have any upgrades maybe?
Do you have any suggestions about using some of the resources we've gathered?
I believe I can use some of them to increase our fuel reserves so we can explore further. Shall I tell you what is required?
Okay.
Show me what it would take.
I guess... No? Prototypes, ship enhancements, right. Extended fuel cells. Normandy now has 50% fuel cell capacity. Okay. That helps. So, yeah, let's get this out of the way.
Shepard.
Do you have any suggestions about using some of the resources we've gathered?
I have done what I can to increase our exploration capabilities. Anything beyond that is up to you.
Okay, weird frame there. Mission progress.
How do you think our mission is going?
Building our forces is a good strategy. However, the time to strike is coming soon.
What do you think of Miranda and Jacob?
What are your impressions of Miranda and Jacob?
Jacob is an earnest young man. Events will either forge him into a great man or utterly destroy him. Miranda is undoubtedly a hard woman. I respect her strength and determination. She carries many burdens and doesn't share them with others, as it should be.
Okay, let's talk.
How are you?
I've spent much of the last 400 years on my own. It is nice to have a colleague to chat with. I may be rusty at it, however. If you are patient, I would love to talk.
Okay. So tell me, the mission.
How much do you know about our mission?
I know that I've sworn an oath to follow you, and that you seek to destroy the Collectors. That is enough for me.
You're not curious?
You don't want to know why the Collectors need to be fought?
When you live by a code that compels you to harsh action, you learn the dangers of curiosity. If I must kill a man because he has done wrong, do I really wish to know that he is a devoted father?
Well, fair enough. Cerberus. What do you think?
What do you think of Cerberus?
I've heard rumors, but learned long ago to form my own impressions. There is too much room for interpretation in the opinions of others.
But you're with Cerberus now.
Why were you willing to work for Cerberus when you didn't have first-hand knowledge?
I work for you, Shepard. Our methods may be different, but our goals are not.
Okay. So your investigation...
I'd like to hear more about the criminal you were chasing on Nos Astra.
I hope you will understand if I wish to avoid this topic. It is deeply tied to my code and beliefs. You might say it is personal.
Will it affect the mission, though?
I need to know if this will impact the mission.
It will not.
Okay. Well, her first chat is not... she's not very chatty for her first talk. I guess none of them are.
I should get back to work.
It has been my pleasure, Commander.
Okay, then. So, let's find something to do today. We should have plenty of work. Kelly, how you doing? Did you feed my fish? Okay, so we're in the sail. Right, this is the Ilium system. Can get more fuel here. Some probes. And yeah, we didn't explore all of it, but I say we go around and explore something else for this episode. We'll come back to Ilium some other time. Hourglass Nebula, Titan Nebula, right? We bought Minus Wasteland. We bought a few star charts. Local Cluster, Viper Nebula, right? This is... So what's new? Far Rim, Pylos Nebula, safe crashing ship. Hailstorm Rift. Well, this is interesting. Let's do that, maybe. Sounds urgent. Okay, the MSV Broken Arrow, safe crashing ship. Should we do this system first? Why not? Let's read the planets. Isail is a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant. Though gas giants are known for their powerful magnetic fields, Isail's fields is stronger than current models predict. Within the frost line of its solar system, where gas giants do not usually form, Isail is believed to have once been extrasolar. Okay.
Launching probe.
33%. So there's only 2 planets. Jonas, a methane ammonia ice giant, is being developed as a fuel depot serving the Pylos cluster. Eldfell Ashland Energy has established a base on one of its moons to crack water ice into hydrogen and oxygen and skim helium free from its atmosphere. Jonas is also believed to be an extrasolar planet captured by its star. From orbit, Normandy's sensors can pick out a hand-painted sign some waggish employee has left outside the complex. Last chance fuel for 100 light years. Okay.
Launching probe.
$66. So I guess the last thing is the ship. MSV Broken Arrow anomaly detected, scans detect a rapidly decaying derelict ship in orbit over planet Jonas. Registration matches the MSV Broken Arrow. Ship's manifest notes volatile munitions cargo on board. If left undisturbed, the ship's trajectory will lead to impact with Jonas. High probability that the crash site will be far gone, Jonas's largest human colony. Gef signatures detected aboard the MSV Broken Arrow. Okay. So how about we test Samara's skills, since she's new. And how about Garrus? Okay. Got 1 point. Samara, you got Fro. Got a sorry Justicar. Hmm. 9 points. How about we give you a Fro specialization? Heavy Fro or Fro Field. Fling a single enemy with unparalleled momentum, smashing it against walls with hurricane force. Recharge time 9 seconds, force 1200 newtons. And the Fro Field, your mastery of biotic throws allows you to hurl multiple targets into the air simultaneously. Recharge time, and we have an impact radius. Well, I mean, multiple enemies is good, but heavy throw could be more lethal. Let's get that. And I could get... Oh, she has a Reeve. Maybe I should keep some points for that. I mean, pool... We already have pool on Jacob. It'll be cool to have different powers. Let's get more overload for Garrus. Missile launcher. Let's change the missile launcher. Kinda tired of it. Since it's Gef, maybe arc projector. Samara, you can stick with that. Garrus, got the Vindicator and the Mantis. Okay.
Warning. Collision with the planet's surface is imminent. I am transmitting a countdown to advise you of the time remaining until impact.
Oh crap, no oxygen. So let's see. N7 imminent ship crash. The MSV Broken Arrow is on a collision course with the planet below. The ship's engines must be reactivated before its orbit can be stabilized. And the Gef remaining aboard won't make that easy. Reactivate engines. Okay. Oh, we're timed. That's not good. Okay, everybody's in assault rifle. Let's stick with that for now. Captain's log. I'm moving the ship to yellow alert. While we are seeing no signs of trouble, I'm not sure we won't run into Gef this far out. We have to be prepared for anything. I've been told it's a terrible idea to go this far out toward Gef territory, but these colonies need to defend themselves. Sometimes I think the only thing keeping the crew from shriveling up in fear is the 100 crates of military-grade weaponry on board. A little shore leave when we get to the Nariph system will do us all some good. We have a lot of deliveries to make and it's not going to get any friendlier out here. Okay, well, that... So are these Geth like heretics or the actual Geth? Red alert. Moving the ship to red alert. The Geth are attacking. We're ill-equipped for an attack of this magnitude, but we'll do everything we can to survive this. These colonies need these weapons, and this attack is further proof of how dire the situation is out here. Signing off, this will be the last entry in this log. Given the severity of the Geth attack, I have ordered all hands to evacuate and head toward the colony. Should the Geth succeed in capturing this ship, they also gain control of the 100 crates of weapons in the cargo hold. Therefore, I'm using my authorization codes to scuttle the ship, hopefully destroying the Geth that remain aboard. I intend to stay aboard to make sure the ship dies gracefully. My plan is to disable the ship's engines, thus causing our orbit to decay. This will bring the MSV Broken Arrow down to the surface where the self-destruct timer will destroy the ship. I must be careful. If I fail, there's no telling where the ship will end up. I guess you failed because it's gonna go down on the colony. Let's see.
Enemies in.
Enemies, I see them. Let's hack me one of those. And Garrus, you can overload.
Affirmative.
Understood.
I've heard them.
Got some Medigel,
Affirmative.
Affirmative.
Iridium, engine room emergency seal, ship status, access system report, navigation status, navigation offline, life support system damaged, hull breach detected, local atmosphere venting to space failing, engine status disabled. To restore power, re-engage the power couplings. Warning, atmospheric sentry entry detected, impact with planetary surface imminent. That's not good. Let's see. Got almost 5 minutes. But as engine control, I guess that's where we need to go. But power coupling 1. Oh crap.
Fire in the hole.
Damn it. You're not letting me do this. And apparently I'm gonna die. Whoa. Dude, you bring in this shit? Like I was being nice to you and hacking you and all that. Whoa. No? Guess we gotta go through down here. Is there anything down here? No? power coupling tool. You guys took care of him? Okay, let's go up. Alright, we did it. I think. Right, they would have just kept coming. I guess.
We've done it.
Now that was nice and short. We stabilized the broken arrow. Remaining Geth have disengaged. The colony is safe. So I guess they were after the weapons, maybe. Okay.
How may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Morden would like to speak with you over in his tech lab. Anything else, Commander?
Alright.
That'll be all.
I'll be here if you need anything. Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Unread messages. We have 2. To the Normandy, our thanks. From Raphael Cologne, Governor of Far-Gone Colony, Jonas. Normandy crew, we retrieved your identity from the docking data aboard the MSV Broken Arrow. We're led to believe that your crew is responsible for saving our colony from a catastrophic event. Not only did you defeat the Geth and prevent the ship from crashing into the planet in a trajectory that would have destroyed our colony, but you also saved nearly 100 munitions crates that would have been lost in the ship's scuttling. Thanks to you, we are safe and can continue the Broken Arrow's work in arming the colonies on the fringe of Geth space. On behalf of the residents of Far-Gone Colony, you have our eternal gratitude. Dangerous place to make colonies, if you ask me. Still alive, from Detective Anaya. Greetings, Commander. I'm not completely sure this will get to you, but thanks again for helping me deal with Samara. The Eclipse mercs have gotten real quiet around here, and my superiors have backed off too. No idea if the two are related, but hopefully the next time I meet a Justicar, I can give her the respect she deserves. I still can't believe I worked a case with one of them. You're a lucky human. If I find any more data on her target, I'll pass it along. Okay. Thanks for that. So more than wanting to talk, let's start with Joker. Maybe he has something.
Commander.
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about the ones you went out with last. Samara feels like she could shoot me in a very tranquil way, which does not make me feel any better about it. It seems like Garrus has finally worked that stick out of his butt, but now he's trying to beat guys to death with it. I can't believe I like the old Garrus better. It's just my opinion, though. There's really no need to go spreading it around.
Yeah, you wouldn't want Garrus to hear that.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
Okay. Let's talk to Morden. Jacob, we already spoken with him about his mission. So Morden.
Shepard, important news. Know you're busy. Have to deal with the collectors. Planning attack. Too important to wait. Just receiving data. Still processing, analyzing likely scenarios. Not sure how to begin. Too much intel. You remember our talk? My work on genophage modification?
Yeah.
You stopped the Krogan adaptation to the genophage.
Part of a team. Scientists, all different types. Blood pack mercenaries captured former team member. Malin, last seen on Tuchanka, might torture him, make an example. Recovering Malin would be a personal favor to me.
I see. They know what you did?
Do you think they found out your team updated the genophage?
Unclear. No way to determine until we get to Tuchanka.
Okay.
We'll go to Tuchanka and see if we can find your team member.
Appreciate it. My assistant, my student, want to see him safe. Malin last seen outside Erdnot territory. Scouts might have seen Bloodpack. Talk to them or clan chief.
Okay, got it. We have to travel to Tuchanka. So who else we can talk to? We can talk to Samara again. Maybe she'll have new stuff. Kasumi.
I was just thinking about you. Mess Sergeant Gardner might just be an evil genius. Emphasis on the evil.
Sorry
Who's
to leave
gotten
you like
better than
this,
zero?
but
I guess his reputation will take time to heal.
you have the same stuff, so Samara.
Shepard,
I wanted to check in.
I am always happy to talk with you.
Tell me about the Justicars.
I'm interested in hearing more about Asari Justicars.
We hold a unique place in Asari culture. Justicars are from another era. Young Asari grow up watching vids about our adventures. Pure fiction, of course. Some Asari are uncomfortable with us, but so few Justicars exist that most have never met one.
I see. Why are they so rare?
There were only a few Justicars?
Few Asari wish to make the sacrifices necessary to become one of us, and the training has a high casualty rate. It is a life of constant danger. Throughout the entire galaxy, there are only a handful of us at any time.
Sounds terrible.
Why would anyone want to be a Justicar?
It is a deeply personal matter. Sometimes the most brutal path is the only honest one.
Okay. So the code.
This code of the Justicar seems central to your life.
It is 5,000 sutras and covers every situation one can encounter. I have memorized every word. There is only the code.
Is the code flexible? Not so much, from what I can tell.
Sometimes justice calls for mercy.
It does not exist to bring about spiritual enlightenment. Its purpose is to punish the wicked and protect the innocent.
Okay. Conflicting opinions.
The Asari I've spoken to seem conflicted about Justicars.
In this age, people see shades of gray everywhere. The code of the Justicar is black and white. I might seem a hero to many, but I would kill all of them if I had to.
Damn. How do you see Justicars?
What role do you think Justicars have in Asari society?
I would say that the closest human equivalent is a knight-errant in your medieval lore. Perhaps mixed with a bit of samurai.
That's cool. So, knowledge of humans.
You know about Knights Errant and Samurai?
When I knew I must leave Asari space again, I studied the history and morals of new species. When I was a maiden wandering the galaxy, humans had not yet arrived.
What do you think of them?
What did your studies tell you about us?
You are more individualistic than any other species I have encountered. If 3 humans are in a room, there will be 6 opinions. I like your species. I am curious to see what you will do.
Well, thanks. So, killing.
What does your code say about killing?
I am compelled to kill the wicked. If a Justicar is involved, peaceful solutions are long past.
I see. So it's more like a last resort situation?
You make killing sound so casual.
I remember each being I have slain. They are always in my thoughts.
That's very disturbing. Romance and the code.
Does the code forbid romantic involvement?
It does not. However, I would never be interested in such. That part of my life is well behind me.
Oh, Shepard.
You could meet someone who reawakens those desires.
I am nearly 1,000 years old. I know myself and my desires. But your curiosity is quite welcome.
Well, thank you. Anyway, yeah, Justicars, I mean, they sound pretty cool, but yeah, in an age like this, I feel like they're kinda relics, in a way. I mean, their strict code and the lack of flexibility, I think it's able to survive because of how the Asari perceive Justicars. They're practically the embodiment of justice, and the Asari don't seem to question them at an individual level, like to truly believe that one can be so incorruptible, have no weaknesses. It's kind of insane, to be honest, especially since it's such a strict code. You would think that some would fail to uphold it, but it seems to work, I guess. There's no bad Justicars in the galaxy. I mean, it probably helps because there's few of them. Anyway, thanks for the talk, Samara.
I should go.
I'm glad we spoke.
Okay, we got some codex on them. Garrus calibrating. Miranda is gonna talk about her sister. Yeah, I don't think we already talked to Jack about her mission. I don't think Zaid is gonna have anything new. Maybe Grunt, I don't know. Because if we're going to Tuchanka, he should have.
Shepard.
Just checking in, making sure you're acclimatizing.
Humans talk too much. Like the tank. Come back later.
That's all for now.
Shepard.
Okay, I guess we have to do more missions to trigger Grunt's quest. I'm gonna trust Kelly with feeding the fish. And I won't do it. Instead, we're gonna...
for you, Commander.
Thanks, we're gonna continue in this system, Nariph, and we're gonna go to Satent. Let's see if we can find anything here. Pretty large system. Nataisa, an unremarkable methane ammonia gas giant. The planet would be of no consequence if it weren't the only approachable gas giant in the Satent System. Boros Volus colony has set up a few automated ice cracking stations around the planet, and Narhu Combine has been contracted to set up a helium-free extraction facility. Construction has lagged due to the CEO's arrest in a kickback scandal that reaches to the highest levels of Vol Ministry of the Frontier. Well, I guess the Volus are pretty corrupt.
Probe away.
No wonder they don't want them on the council. They seem to be pretty shady for how non-threatening they are. Okay. Next planet. Boro is a young Volus colony world settled in a defiance of a threat by Terminus pirate groups. The pirates who can't use the world themselves have suggested that the Volos hire them to protect the colony. The Volos responded by requesting military protection from their Turian allies. Although uncomfortably hot by Volos standards, Boro has the rare combination of high pressure and ammonia ecology Volos require. Development of the colony is proceeding rapidly, okay? Population 1,600.
Probe launched.
Got a lot of ESO from here. Next. Anedia is a small ice body with very low density. Its mass is only 4% that of Earth. It appears to be composed mainly of carbon and water ice, but over the millennia it has accrued a trace atmosphere of krypton and xenon. While Anedia's gravity is weak enough that a cruiser could land on it safely, there is no particular reason one would want to. Pirates have been known to land to recover ice for cracking into hydrogen and oxygen. One area in the southern hemisphere, the so-called Anedian Scrapes, is so frequently used for this purpose that higher albedo raw ice can be easily seen from orbit. Okay.
Launching probe.
Kriseroi, an airless rock of mixing light ores. Kriseroi is only a note for the Terinu impact crater, a relatively recent asteroid strike within the last million years. The core of the object was partly composed of element 0. It struck at a low enough velocity that the ESO remained near the surface. Over the years, many pirates and wildcat miners have attempted to extract the ore. It is believed that Terinu debris originated in the pulsar system AAP 34211+19. The supernova that formed the pulsar also created the red emission nebula that human spacers have unofficially named the Sakura Nebula.
Probe away.
More ESO here. That's good. 80%. Is it the star? Interesting. Ressel is a massive hot Jupiter gas giant that whips around the star Satent once every 4.5 days. Like most planets of its type, it migrated inwards from its initial position in the system, thought to be around 0.3 AU. Ressel is one of the few close-orbiting gas giants to show a marked temperature difference in its sun-facing and dark-side hemispheres. The atmosphere absorbs and re-radiates Satent's heat too quickly for winds to carry the heat to the dark side. There is a temperature difference of over 1000 degrees between the gas giant's hot and cold poles. Okay, so that's why it looks so bright, because it's right next to the star.
Probe away.
Alright, well, Satent is complete and no missions here. Let's go to Kriseroi. This is very far away. Maybe we'll find something here. Where's the first planet? All the way out here. Tenov is a little more than a glorified ice dwarf that has drifted inwards from Kriseroi's Oort cloud over the millennia. Its extremely elliptical orbit is ultimately unstable. Computer projections suggest it will impact the atmosphere of Geos in a few billion years. Well, it has a lot of time.
Launching probe.
Okay. Next. Geos is another methane-ammonia gas giant very similar to its near-twin Uzin. It presents a nearly featureless robin egg blue face to the universe. Okay. We'll just get some stuff from here. This must be Uzin then. A typical methane ammonia ice giant Uzin has 47 moons of various sizes. Cheetahs, one of the largest, orbits at a retrograde, suggesting it was a planet Simul that was captured by the gas giant Gravity Well. The planet itself is believed to be an extrasolar capture as well, though millions of years before Cheetahs came on the scene. Evidence collected by planetary geologists suggests that Cheetahs was for many centuries a water world heated by tidal flexing as its orbit circularized around Uzin. The planetary ocean, once hundreds of kilometers deep, must now be frozen solid. Some have recommended drilling test bores to see if life ever developed in Uzin seas, but the question is considered academic. Okay.
Probe away.
Right, 2 more planets. Let's see. Nidus lies improbably close to the red dwarf Kriseroi. This allows it to approach habitability, though it is quite frigid. It is tidally locked with a hot pole and a cold pole along the terminator. The temperature averages just above freezing. On the lee side, the temperatures are well below freezing. Nidus has developed a limited native ecology, much of its cluster permanently attached around the geothermal vents. There are, however, more advanced forms of life. Several arthropodal herbivore species wander back and forth across the terminator as they require nutrients available in both environments for sustenance. More dangerous are the omnivorous predator species that devour the arthropods. Most animal life on Nidus has limited vision but finely developed thermal sense. Okay.
Probe away.
And the last planet, Pheonax. Pheonax's surface is covered by water and ammonia hydrate ices, which are constantly repaved by cryovolcanic processes. The world's size and density suggest the core contains heavier elements and retains much of the heat of the system's formation.
Away.
Okay, well, another empty system. We have one more in the Pylos Nebula. Maybe we'll get lucky here.
Fuel reserves at 50%.
Yeah, let's get some fuel. And probes, and let's see. Dirada. Another big system. Vioresa. With an orbital period nearly 2 millennia long, the cold and distant Vioressa was actually missed in the initial Asari survey of the system. Only a follow-up mineral assay sent to Canalus by a Volus mining concern noticed its subtle movement across the stars. Vioressa is a methane ammonia ice giant circled by a retinue of deep frozen moons. Its remoteness makes it a popular drive discharge point for pirates working the Pylos Nebula cluster. In the last 2 years, several dozen ships have disappeared while passing through the Dirada System. As Pylos is currently unclaimed by any sovereign power, Council naval patrols are few and far between. Thus far, none of the pirates responsible have been apprehended.
Probe away.
Maybe we can find some pirates in this system. Pretty big. Whoa, that's a giant star. Sinus, a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant. Sinus has more than 80 moons.
Probe away.
Okay. Next. Zeph is a common hydrogen-helium gas giant. An abundance of sulfur in the upper atmosphere gives it distinct yellow stripes.
Probe away.
Okay. Next.
Anomaly detected.
Oh, Canalus is smaller than Earth but has unusually high density. The high level of tectonic activity indicates that the density is caused by an abundance of radioactive materials in the core. These, combined with the planet's unusually high rate of spin, raise the planet's internal temperature and cause volcanism. While several companies performed mineral assays in the late 2170s, the world's geological instability precluded development. Okay. What do we have? Geth. Sounds like Geth to me.
Launching probe. Something on our sensors.
Okay, anomaly detected. Sensors detecting anomalous weather patterns on the planet's surface. Geth activity detected. Recommended extreme caution. Let's read the rest of the system. Got a quest from that. 66%. Ciano, named for an ancient Asali philosopher known for being a contrarian, orbits Dirada at a retrograde. It is believed to be an object that fell into the system millions of years ago from parts unknown. The outermost of Dirada's two inner asteroid belts is thought to have been a small planetoid that was broken up by Ciano's passage into the system. Ciano is formed of low-density rock and is steadily locked to Dirada. The same hemisphere always faces the star. There is evidence that a complex of artificial structures once existed in the north of the sunward-facing hemisphere, but they have been badly degraded by millennia of heat and radiation. Several bunkers of radioactive waste, apparently byproducts of primitive fission plants, have been discovered on the far side. Okay.
Probe away.
And the final planet here, Tenusi, is a small barren rock. though there is evidence that it once had an atmosphere of carbon dioxide, only trace amounts of krypton and xenon remain. Like Cyano, it is tidally locked to Dirada.
Launching probe.
Okay, so that's 100%. But we're pretty close to the end of the episode, so we're gonna see about that mission in the next one. For now, I'm gonna end it here, so thank you for watching and farewell.